everyone, it's ZeldaMOMOe. You may have noticed recently that I changed my handle from SMZeldaRules to ZeldaMOMOe. I figured there'd be many questions as to why I've rebranded, so let's go through them and the answers. Question 1. Didn't you go by SMZeldaRules for a really long time? It's February 2022 right now, and checks watch. Yeah, I've had that handle for almost 20 years or so. My dad made it for me when I was just starting on the internet when I was a wee child. I drew on oikakis when I was about 10 years old, and those are like Japanese online drawing boards. I stumbled on a few that people spoke English on, and on one of them I met my friend Shia Wind, who goes by BunnyBubbleTea on Twitch, and she got me into cosplay. I needed a pseudonym that wasn't my real name, so my dad made SMZeldaRules, and people called me SMZR for short. I used this username on the internet for a really long time, even when I fell out of the art and the cosplay scene for a while due to paying my way through college and getting a nice job after college. When I graduated college and found a stable job, I decided to come back to those internet communities. I moved out of my parents' house and got more freedom to do what I wanted, but I kept that username. I just thought it would make things easier on me, and yeah, it did. No broken URLs. People could easily find me everywhere if they remembered my username from before. Even friends I met only on DeviantArt re-found me when I started cosplaying again because I kept the username. Question 2. Why did you decide to rebrand? As an adult, I started going to bigger events and getting featured by big accounts. A lot of people in the cosplay community and on Twitch would mispronounce my username. SMZeldaRules and SMZeldasaurus are just two mispronunciations that I've encountered. I'm looking at you weirdos who never saw the Z in my username for the longest time. I also started dealing with harassment, which of course wasn't really from my username. It just unfortunately comes with the territory of being a femme on the internet, especially as a POC and a member of the LGBTQIA+ community. That harassment led me to put up a few more boundaries that I wouldn't think of as a kid. As a teenager, or maybe in your 20s, you're not really thinking about the repercussions of using your legal name and putting it all over the place, or like your specific area or schools in your internet bios. I started worrying about a lot of these harassers, maybe Googling SMZeldaRules and finding out shit that I didn't want them to see. Good thing I never memorized my social security number as a kid because damn, that'd be everywhere too thanks to Teenage Mo. And most importantly, I hope this change reflects way better on how I'd like to be referred to as. I've been asking everyone to call me ZeldaMOMOe or Mo on the internet publicly since I started streaming more in 2020. You never know what kind of creeps will stumble on your old accounts. And reacting to hate and creeps on the internet is the worst on Twitch because you're live, you're broadcasting yourself in the moment. Everyone can see your immediate reaction to things. And if someone wasn't thinking and used my real name or like specific location in my chat, it's not good because who knows who's watching? Who knows what kind of weirdos could stumble upon the VOD and take that information for their advantage as well. It's always a good idea to delete your VODs if someone does dox you, or if you dox yourself as well, because no one's perfect. Question 3. Why is there an E at the end of ZeldaMOMOe? First of all, just ZeldaMOMOe is taken like everywhere. I wanted to put both Zelda and Momo in my username fully and not too much extra. Zelda to still keep that part of SMZeldaRules that people are used to, and because the Zelda series is basically the reason I started gaming anyways, and Momo because it's been my nickname since college. My best friend in high school also called me Mo, and that really stuck with a lot of people too. Putting an X in the middle or the end didn't really sound or look right to me. Underscores or periods does not really flow well with URLs and usernames. Those just weren't viable options for me. While rekindling my 2-year college-level Japanese knowledge, I started looking up terms with Momo in it. And I really liked Momoe, most notably Momoe with the kanji of Momo for peach, which has been, like I said, a nickname and motif of mine since college, and the kanji of A for flourish. There's also the kanji of A for beautiful, but I kind of like the kanji for A meaning flourish better because it's kind of like a motif for growth, and I'm always about growth. I'm not always beautiful. I hope that this name change will help everyone remember to use Zelda or Momo or shortened counterparts like Zel or Mo, or even a combined version like ZelMO, because that's what I like to be referred to online. Feel free to add the A after Momo if you wish, but it's not necessary. Question number 4. Why is the Momo capitalized? First, it breaks up my two main pseudonyms, Zelda and Momo. The E is not there to be pronounced per se, so this way being lowercase next to Momo symbolizes while it's part of the username, it's not necessarily something I'd like people to call me. So you can think of Zelda as my first name and Momoe as my last name, where Mo or Momo are the nicknames of it that I prefer. Also, there's a lot of great characters in media that are named Momo. I thought why not make a reference to one of the best characters in Xenosaga who has it capitalized, when in my playthrough, Grand Theft Momo defeated the hardest boss in Xenosaga Episode 1 with 69 nice HP left. That was a pivotal gaming moment for me. Conclusion, on to the future. I hope this answered some of your questions. If you stumble upon a URL that still has SMZeldaRules in it, I hope to reclaim the username on as many sites as possible just to make redirects to the new one. It will take some time to get used to, seeing as I've literally gone by SMZeldaRules or SMZR for 2 decades or so. There will be broken URLs due to the way some social media URLs work, and my SMZeldaRules logo was plastered on literally everything, so I can't really update absolutely everything. I'd also like to thank some of my friends, like Trixie, Ara Lee, and Lady Zero. They were incredibly pivotal factors and inspirations on why I made this decision. I'm really looking forward to the future as ZeldaMOMOe. It reflects exactly what I feel comfortable with being called online. Thank you for being with me on this journey. Let's continue to flourish. Thank you.